Good morning. How's everybody today? It's great to be here. I want to thank everybody for coming out here this morning. There's a lot of partners here today. Trying to restore the Chesapeake Bay and its tributaries is a great challenge. And it takes everyone in this room and everyone in the watershed to get the job done. I want to thank the press for coming out today. It's a great opportunity for us to further the dialogue that we're having with our public about the work we need to do to continue to move this restoration effort forward. I've been asked to talk about two pieces today. One is the fish and shellfish, part of the Bay Barometer, and the other is the restoration piece. I think that when people think about the Chesapeake Bay, I don't think a lot of people think about nutrients or sediments, or chlorophyll A or water clarity. They think about these great protein sources that are listed up here: methane, striped bass, crabs, and oysters. And these are really the end point of all the work that we're trying to do on the land to reduce nutrients and sediment coming to the bay. This is the end measure right here. That's how we determine how we're doing. The score in the barometer gives this piece of the barometer 59. And you'll see that there's been an improvement from last year, about 9%. And a lot of that is due to the increase that we had in adult blue crabs. In 2009, as we've done every year for the past 20 years or so, we did our winter dredge survey for blue crabs. And we found that there were over 223 million spawning age crabs in the bay, which was the highest that was measured since 1993. And this happened due to the bold leadership of Governor O'Malley and Kane, the Potomac Fisheries Commission, when they made a commitment in 2008 to dramatically reduce the harvest of female crabs in Chesapeake Bay, and then they successfully implemented that plan. And the plan wasn't that complicated. If we have more mother crabs in the bay, we'll have more baby crabs in the bay. That's it. And unfortunately, not everything we're talking about today can be reduced to those simple terms. But that's what happened. And what we found in 2009 is we got a lot more adult crabs, adult female crabs in the bay. We didn't see an improvement in the number of juveniles. Later on this month, we'll be announcing the winter dredge survey from this year. We're hoping to see an improvement in those juveniles, because that'll really show that we're having a more dramatic improvement. And those numbers from 2009 and a lot of the numbers we throw out that show declines and improvements, we're really looking at trends. So the fact that the blue crab number is here right now is great, but if it stays there for 10 years, then we've really done something. Related to the shad and oyster populations, we have seen a slight increase to this point. And as you can see, the striped bass population, or the barometer measure for this, is at 100%. And I would say we have some caution about that. We're concerned that we're in a period of low recruitment, and that we're in a period where there's been a high natural mortality in striped bass. And despite the fact that that shows 100%, we still have some concerns about that. To go back to oysters, we're not pleased with where we are in oysters. We have about 1% of the oyster population in Chesapeake Bay that we had historically. I don't think anybody should be happy about that. Obviously, we're losing the water quality and the habitat benefits, and also the economic engine that oysters used to provide, not just in Maryland, but throughout the Chesapeake Bay. So at this building here, last year, Governor O'Malley announced a new plan for oyster restoration and aquaculture development. The main objectives of the plan were to increase the amount of acres available in the bay for aquaculture by over 500,000 acres, and also to increase the percent of productive oyster bars that we're going to place in sanctuaries. Ultimately, what we need to do for oysters is we need to develop a science-based management plan for both the harvest and ecological functions like we've done for blue crabs and striped bass. And these plans have to be sustainable, accountable, and enforceable. And only time will tell whether or not this oyster plan ends up being as successful as we think our blue crab approach has been.